And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym in the Crypto, episode 571. Today is Monday, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay. And we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
10-ish. And today's top stories. New York Federal Reserve do not think Bitcoin is any new kind of money. New Zealand authorities seize $90 million from alleged Bitcoin launderer Alexander Vinnik. Digital Yuan's back-end development complete, says Chinese official. Satoshi Nakamoto has been kidnapped and tortured by the NSA to destroy crypto in new movie Decrypted. And last but not least, blackballed by PayPal, scientific paper pirate takes Bitcoin donations. But first and foremost, what's going on with these prices?
Oh, yeah. So we have a bit of a push today with prices. A lot of people excited. Bitcoin is up 2.6% to $9,590. Ethereum at $244, up 6%. People calling for it to go to 1,000. Ripple at 19 cents, still hasn't done anything, up 1%. Bcash at $240, up 3%. Litecoin seeing a pretty good day, $44.29, up 2.5%. And EOS at $259 is up 2.3%. So we've got green across the board. A lot of excitement, but again, if you look at the prices from a month ago, it's basically the exact same.
What was that Ethereum push to 1,000? Why are people calling for that one?
They think that the new update to Ethereum and the partnerships they have with Microsoft, a lot of hype around that, and of course, fees. People were talking about fees and how you can move it. If Bitcoin gets stuck, people say Ethereum's easier. So it's just talk on social media.
I haven't heard those before.
And everybody who's commented or said something like that to me, I feel like the bots are out, and it'll come to fruition if it's supposed to, but we'll see.
Right. What's going on? Shannon Allen, Harold George, Milto, White Cake. Is it White? I think I said that right. White Cake. D. Chiron, Dexter Hands, Seniors. Hello.
What's up?
All right, top story of the day. New York Fed's Bitcoin is just another fiat claim sparks controversy. That's right. Economists with the New York Federal Reserve do not think Bitcoin is a new kind of money. But economists at the New York Fed are now calling Bitcoin money. Is that what's happening here? What? Is it official?
Hey, man. First, what did they say? First they laugh at you, then they fight you, then they join you. And it looks like they've joined in. This is actually hilarious because it kind of flew under the radar. If somebody made a statement saying Bitcoin is money 3 years ago, I mean, Bitcoin would have went way past 20K. It would have probably went to 100. But they said Bitcoin may be money, but it is not a new type of money. They said dollar bills are fiat, and gigantic limestone wheels were once used for fiat, and now Bitcoin will be. So they're basically saying that Bitcoin is good enough to compete with the dollar. So they have at least have admitted that Bitcoin is money. You can use it, even though it is still kind of clunky with a few payments. But overall, I mean, Bitcoin's been working just fine without you. And now they want to say that it's fiat. It is not fiat because it is scarce. It is censorship resistant, and it's not printed willy-nilly by 10 white dudes in a building that we don't know. So no, it's not fiat money. It's
right.
Totally different.
Yeah, it's not fiat money, but it's like you said. You can see this war is starting to come, hopefully, to its closure. I think we still got plenty of years left. But this is just another one of those battles where you now have the New York Fed. You have these economists there finally saying, yeah, Bitcoin's the same thing we got. Like, why you guys want that? It's like, oh. So now it's the same.
Now it's the same, yeah.
At first it was nothing. It was, it was invisible, wasn't worth anything.
It's tulips.
And now it's supposed to be equal. So if they think it's equal now, then, hey, history will show them that it's actually, as you said, even greater than fiat currency. So I can't wait to see that when it happens.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right, back in the news again. New Zealand authorities seized $90 million from alleged Bitcoin launderer Alexander Vinnik. If you remember Alexander Vinnik, we've been covering this since 2017 when the feds first scooped him up over there in Greece. Russian citizen who owned the exchange Bitcoin or BTCE supposedly was laundering over $4 billion of money. We think it has to do with all types of other things because around the same time this guy disappeared was the same time SegWit was trying to come out. The whole Bitcoin fork was happening back in that July and August of 2017. So a lot was going on. And this guy has still been in prison without seeing any type of trial as they try to figure out where will they send him, either to the United States or Russia. It looks like the New Zealand police wanted to get some action in as well, as they recovered $90 million in assets reportedly belonging to the alleged $4 billion launderer Alexander Vinnik.
Wow.
Where does 90 mil come from?
Not sure, but if you have $4 billion and you only got 90 million, that's pretty weak.
Right.
And honestly, this is good in their eyes because this seizure of funds is said to be the largest in the country's history. So their criminals don't really do volume that much because ours have definitely done more seizures than that. Their asset recovery unit moved the freeze funds from the bank account amid this global investigation. And again, we were talking about this exchange because I remember when it was out, it was really easy to use. You could buy it from anybody. It was pretty much anonymous if you didn't, if you used a VPN. So it was very simple to use, very easy. And then later you see that billions of dollars may have been laundered between what they consider criminal enterprises. But in my opinion, he was running an exchange, and if criminals were using it, then that's on them. So if they want to, investigate, of course, they're working closely with the IRS because they want their cut. And they said that these funds likely reflect the profit gain from the victimization of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of people globally as a result of cybercrime and organized crime. I doubt it. I don't think that hundreds of thousands of people were victimized in order to get their money. People wanted Bitcoin, so they used BTC, and the exchange made billions. So Vinnik, he's still in the news because I think it's bigger than this. It's got to be bigger than this. He's got some big names on the list somewhere, I think.
Yeah. Like I said, it's interesting with some of the names and things involved. To go back again, this article is even saying it that some of these ill-gotten funds may have come from the infamous hack of the Japan-based crypto exchange Mt. Gox. If you remember when Mt. Gox was hit in 2014, that is the same time we went to war in Syria, started dropping bombs in Syria. That was the same time Russia was in Syria. We had this proxy war going on. That is literally around the same time Mt. Gox got hit. Again, you fast forward years later, the same day we had this whole standoff with Russia in 2017, where it was this thing where we were going to not trade with them. We were going back and forth with them. The same day that happens, the same day Alexander Vinnik was picked up in France as well. Like literally the same day the U.S. and Russia started butting heads in 2017, summer 2017, happened the same day this guy was picked up for laundering roughly $4 billion of Bitcoin money, right? So again, to me, that's like, all right, that's two things that did all of a sudden happen magically at the same time. And then again, you start following some of the timelines throughout this case, you'll see every time this guy gets moved around or something happens with this guy, something in the community,
big happened,
right? So again, something just worth paying attention to. Not sure how Alexander Vinnik fits into the piece of the puzzle, but again, if you may have funds going back from Mt. Gox days, and you're laundering money, and you might have been working with who knows who in Russia and the U.S., you're an important piece of this puzzle for sure.
Yeah. Who knows what Mt. Gox funds are at? Right. They're all over the place.
What's going on, Lucky Lloyd? Thinking crypto. Hey, crypto and culture. Hello.
What's up?
All right, digital yuan's back-end development complete, says Chinese official. That is right. Very important story to look at because the digital yuan's back-end is complete. You better believe the U.S. is either on its way or already completed as well. I think it's completed since they already tried to give us those corny digital dollars. But a former senior official of the People's Bank of China said that the country has completed the back-end architecture development of its digital currency. I don't know what's up with this Chinese fist going on right here, but it looks like Kung Flu is working for the Chinese People's Republic as the former vice chair of the People's Bank. I had to throw that in, people. Look, the president said it, not me. The former vice chair of the People's Bank of China's National Council for Social Security Fund, Wang Zhangmin, announced that China has completed the back-end architecture development of China's central bank digital currency, CBDC. Looks like he made this announcement during the online 2020 FinTech Forum organized by Tencent Fintech Research Institute in the FinTech 50 Forum in Beijing. Wow, what a time to make that announcement. So he waited until one of the biggest stages to be offered in China to make this announcement, or he or she waited. I'm not sure if that was a male or female. But they waited to one of the biggest stages to make this announcement. It's pretty crazy to see. What is this saying? I mean, what type of precedence is this setting that China is moving forward with this and they're letting it be known that they've already completed the back end part of it?
Basically, gang. We're going to go forward with it, and it's already built. They're basically bragging on the fact that we have, they say here that they want healthier competition and cooperation with other digital currencies. That, in my opinion, is them saying, good luck, because these CBDCs are going to come out. Any other like Libra or some of the other digital wallets trying to come out are going to get crushed in China because they control all the capital. The problem, with that, as far as going against Bitcoin, is that you can't get rid of it. So even if they build this CBDC and force you to use it at certain places, you still can't get rid of Bitcoin because it would be very, very bad if a CBDC got hacked and somehow the ledgers got rearranged and the money got moved from rich people to poor people really overnight. I mean, because people have been hacked all over the world. So a lot of companies got hit last week, and it's not like it can't happen. So Bitcoin is built on, SHA-256, and it's distributed, it's decentralized. Sure. This central bank digital currency, I hope for them that it works simply because if it doesn't, if something happens, people are really going to be shut down. So in my opinion, China, them going forward, is, hey, gang, we're going to do it either way. So.
Yeah. And I mean, here it says China's CBDC is currently in its testing phase. So again, it's in its testing phase. It's made. As they said, the back end architecture is done. People, the front end, that's all the pretty stuff for normal people to know how to use it, and the user interface and all that, the UI UX. But as far as it being made, that's done. They're making sure it just works now. As Wang said during his forum, Cointelegraph also earlier reported that the country has also started drafting laws that will help the launch and implementation of its digital currency. Something else to look at. I mean, you kind of saw that when we started having drones here in the U.S., like commercial drones. People in their backyard, all of a sudden you start seeing these aviation laws popping out everywhere. Like, hey, you can't have a drone in your backyard, right? I think this is the same thing we'll see in China. What we're already starting to see is all of a sudden on a Tuesday afternoon, they're like, just let y'all know you can't use your digital currency for this. People can be like, digital currency? Yeah. What? And then it's like 4 weeks later, it's like, oh yeah, this is what we're talking about. Here you go. So, I mean, the fact that they're drafting the laws up for people is in its testing phase. China is going to move forward with this. I guarantee the United States is going to be looking to see how it's done, because if China can pull it off, the U.S. is going to try the same hat trick as well as Russia. So
it's going to actually make us look bad if we come out second, because you can't say anything if China does it first. Can be like, yeah, we got the best CBDC. Nah, China, they've been on it. Central
bank digital currency. It's a central bank Bitcoin that they can control, basically. Oh, here's an interesting one. Satoshi Nakamoto kidnapped, tortured by NSA to destroy crypto in new movie Decrypted. Okay. Finally, a little something that's a little interesting on the crypto front. Decrypted, a new movie about Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious creator of Bitcoin, is in production. Looks like in this outrageous and provocative dark comedy, Satoshi Nakamoto is kidnapped by the NSA and tortured for information that could help the government destroy cryptocurrency. Is this art imitating life or life imitating art here?
Yeah, who knows? And it's categorized as a comedy, so I'm interested to see how they will go about it.
Oh, you think it's funny taking away the Godfather? That's funny to you. All right. Who made this again? Who made it again? No.
I mean, this is. If you watch enough movies, you realize that movies are made based on, like you said, is it art imitating life? But sometimes it's life imitating art. And honestly, I think this could happen at some point if this Satoshi is found. In my opinion, Satoshi is probably gone, dead somewhere, or is a group of people. I don't know if they'll find it. But it is an interesting look because, for the most part, this is what banks want to do. They want to find a central person and then be able to control them, either torture them or get rid of them. But the good thing is, one person doesn't run Bitcoin, and this probably wouldn't happen just because it'd be pointless. I mean, what you gonna get out of them? If you don't give you the keys, just kill them. Yeah, like it's not even really a thing. And then in the movie, if they make it funny somehow, we'll see. Or if it's some sort of comedy, I just want to see how they'll pull it off.
Right.
And he has a love interest played by Sofia Perez. So, hey, Satoshi got girls too. That's crazy.
Oh,
they just made up his whole story.
When did he have time to code?
Yeah, exactly. When did he have time to code? Yeah.
Hilarious. All right. Well, again, it looks like this movie screenwriter Mick Sands is also a crypto enthusiast, adding that the mere existence of Bitcoin is a threat to U.S. government is fascinating to him. They say he's a rebel, of course, but he's a part of the crypto world, and he wanted to bring that energy over to the set. So, again, can't wait till this comes out. We'll see how it's being told. It would be pretty cool to see a good Bitcoin movie come out. We haven't seen one in a while. Most have been like documentaries, so we can actually see a good movie, a good dark comedy about crypto and Bitcoin. That would be cool to see.
Yeah,
so let's see how they do.
Hey, I'm gonna tell anybody out there making movies, nobody's movie is gonna be better than mine. So you can Bitcoin billionaires, Decrypted, y'all can talk about them all you want. None's gonna be better than my movie when it comes out. Coming out 2025. Who knows? But
this is actually crazy too. It looks like The movie is also funded using cryptocurrency. According to him, the film will initially be released through crypto native video platforms. And one of these native video platforms, it looks like, these crypto video on demand platforms I'm looking at, is Livetree. We actually covered them a couple of years ago. We had their CEO on. Then we can't think of his name off the top of my head, but we've had Livetree on. So to see them in this conversation 2 years later is pretty cool to see as well. Yeah, it's a long time no see. All right. Last but certainly not least, blackballed by PayPal, white or red ball by PayPal. Scientific paper pirate takes Bitcoin donations. What's going on here with this paper pirate? I never heard of this one.
Oh, yeah. So, Alexandra Elbakyan, 31-year-old freelance coder, neurobiologist, and philologist, is running a database of over 80 million articles from academic journals that are normally only available through subscriptions. So, she's basically a baby Robin Hood. She's taking all of the academic journals that are supposed to be kept away because of money,
trying to hide all this intelligence. What y'all doing?
Yeah, exactly. Y'all giving away all this research, and we want people to pay for it, but people pirate it like she has. And PayPal stopped her payments because they said that she was doing it illegally, and she might be involved in espionage and working on behalf of Russian intelligence. That's what they said. So they cut them off from They cut her off from basically all financial services in America. But the good thing is, like we always say, have a plan B, because now she is accepting Bitcoin. And because most people who get kicked out of the financial system didn't have a choice before, that was always the default, punishment. It's like, well, you can't have a bank, can't use PayPal, you can't whatever. And then people are like, well, I'll just accept Bitcoin. And then that's it. So it's like giving your child the same punishment from when they were like 2 years old and now they're 12. It's like, that's it. Okay, I'm moving on. Because Bitcoin has matured so much. People can just say, okay, well, I'll just accept Bitcoin. This has happened a lot. WikiLeaks, a few other newspapers or journalists, whenever they got kicked off or PayPal stopped them, they basically went to Bitcoin. And so far, they've raised 94 Bitcoin, which is about $900,000 worth. So yeah, it's not one of those things that keeps people out anymore. Like, oh yeah, no more PayPal, cool, I'll take Bitcoin. Like,
that's crazy. It says she's getting up to 600,000 visitors a month, and this sucks. I mean, she's talking about how the PayPal account got frozen. Like, PayPal, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
I mean, this was you not too long ago.
This was you 20 years ago.
Right.
Microsoft tried to sue you.
Right. The U.S. didn't want you all to have a company. And just because you got in the good old boys circle, now all of a sudden you want to turn around and release the same viciousness on customers. Come on, PayPal. Like, you're literally in the same position. So it's crazy to see that. I mean, so quick have we forgot, or so quickly are these companies ready just to please, whatever mystery person they're working for? Because again, this is PayPal at the end of the day. You all were ready to take on any and every account not too long ago, and now all of a sudden you're saying, well, these are the ones we don't want. Well, to me, it's just like all these companies are saying, like the PayPals, the banks of the world, whatever, who don't allow people to use their resources for funding or to receive funds. All they're basically telling you is that, here's other rules in my house. Yeah. And people are finally saying, oh, well, houses are more affordable now, so I'm just going to move out and get my own.
Gonna get my own. Yeah.
And now that they have their own house, you got other houses, like the U.S. Federal Reserve House. Their house is just like our house.
Yeah.
I thought they
all I did was use the same architect.
Right, exactly. So it's just like, the same thing's going to happen here. It won't be too long before PayPal's like, well, we got the same technology as Bitcoin. We got the same technology as blockchain. We got the same thing as the banks. I guarantee you they'll be parroting that soon. And that's when PayPal is officially dead, because then this is taking steps back, not moving forward. So.
Oh, yeah. And Sergeant Crypto, you're right. No longer matters. And the U.S., that's a great weaponization, is using PayPal and, other money services, Stripe, to cut you off. But it's over, people. Pandora's box has been opened. You can accept money at any point. So
right. I don't need your permission to accept money because of what you think is good or bad about it. It's kind of crazy. What's going on, Jay Boogie, Malik Howard? What's going on, Up South Studios, Sergeant Crypto? Madam Crypto said PayPal is always freezing accounts and stealing money. Yep. Believe me, we know.
We've been through that.
Yeah, I think I done probably lost $1,500 on PayPal.
Man, tell me about it. Jesus Christ! And then the remorse is like, well,
they don't care. They don't care. They definitely don't care. It's crazy. What's going on? JJ said PayPal is about to sell crypto. Is the word on the street? He said, "Who's using PayPal to buy Bitcoin?" Not me.
Not me. Yeah,
Hilarious. Neither are we.
Yeah.
Milton said their house is built on sand. Oh yeah, like I said, PayPal's hanging on by a thread too. They can't take another couple of months of quarantine either.
Yeah, everybody hanging on by a thread. They can't do too many more free payments too. Yeah,
that is true too. Other than that, that is the show for today. You know, I will say one quick thing about PayPal. I'll give you all a quick shout on this. I did see they had a $530 million fund for black businesses. I think I saw. I know that money has already been gone, or the application is backed up. Who knows? Who knows if they even give it out?
it's
to
a
be
tax
fair.
write-off, man.
I was about to say track it to the end too, because it's kind of like Billions with the DA guy. What was the name on Billions? The husband.
I forget,
Yeah, but whatever. He
Paul Giamatti's
right
character.
when he ended up going to that school, and they was like, "Yeah, your father hasn't paid this endowment fund that he promised us." And his dad was like, "Oh, you don't actually pay the thing. You just say you're gonna do it. It's for the news." He's like, "No one keeps up with these things."
And then nobody checks back later.
Right. So let's make sure PayPal isn't pulling one of those over us. So we'll watch them, but I will at least give that shout out to them as well. Other than that, that is the show for today. We got going. You on some interviews this week? Where you at?
Yeah, about 17 interviews this week. Woo! So catch me on one of them. Yeah, just catch me on one of them. And Thursday, big one. It won't be out live, but we got that interview with Jack Dorsey, baby. So I'll be talking to Square Crypto on Thursday. So yeah.
See how that work, billionaires? You get some real ones on your squad. No more slander, man. We got you out here on these internet streets.
Yeah, exactly. And then everybody will start keep using it. Quarter 3 look good. So yeah,
good stuff.
A few things going on, but yeah, make sure you buy the book. Keep supporting the show, baby.
Chuck Rhodes, thank you, Milton. I appreciate that. There we go. All right. Other than that, as always, that's the show for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. Cheers.
Cheers.